Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash to try and find out. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video, or commentary gameplay video for you guys, rather. So, we got a lot to talk about. Let's jump straight into it. The NFL playoff starts this weekend, and I can't wait. It's going to be some exciting stuff. So, here are my predictions regarding how the NFL playoffs will go. So, starting on the AFC side, we got the Chiefs at home hosting the Steelers. I got the Chiefs winning that game, so Big Ben career will end in Kansas City. I got the Bills hosting and defeating the Patriots. And then, of course, the Raiders won 4 straight. They won the last game of the regular season to not only get themselves in the playoffs, but to keep the Chargers out because they could have tied, and both of them got in instead of Pittsburgh. But that's another story for another day. I got the Raiders going on the road and knocking off the Bengals. Yes, you heard me right. Raiders are been on fire, and I like their streak to continue for at least one more week. So I got them going on the road, knocking off the Bengals. So let's move on to the AFC divisional round. So the Titans, who will have home field throughout the AFC side, they will host the Raiders, obviously. I got them winning that matchup as well, because at that point, Derrick Henry should be back in combination with the rest of that Tennessee's Titans squad, which have been on point, obviously. I like the Titans to win that one. AFC Conference Championship rematch from a year ago taking place right here. The Chiefs hosting the Bills. And, it's going to happen again. The Chiefs will beat the Bills. I got the Chiefs at home winning this one. Setting up an AFC Conference Championship game in Tennessee at the Titans will host the Chiefs. And I'm going with Tennessee. That Derrick Henry, man, he's going to be tough to beat. Tennessee with the good defense. I know, obviously, the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. And they've been, to a degree, firing on all cylinders. But I like Tennessee. They're at home. They're going to have Derrick Henry back. That squad is no joke, rather. And I said this for like the past, 6 weeks or so. If the Titans get the number 1 seed and Derrick Henry comes back, they're going to the Super Bowl. I'm sticking with that prediction. The Titans will go to the Super Bowl. But who would they face? Well, let's go to the NFC side. Going to the wild card round. Buccaneers against the Eagles. I mean, the Bucs going to win that one. Yeah, I know. Obviously, they had a bunch of injuries, and some of those guys are coming back. And obviously, the Antonio Brown situation has been a thing. And as I'm recording it, he made news again on Twitter. Made news again, period, today as I'm recording this. So, the drama will still be there, but it won't be enough to mess up the Bucs at home against Philly. So, yeah, the Bucs should win this with no problem. Here we go with another upset. I don't know if you can call this an upset, but you get the drill. I said this at the beginning of the year, and I've been saying it all year long, and I am saying it right now. The Dallas Cowboys will not win a playoff game. They're hosting the 49ers, who to me is the most dangerous team in the NFC. The 49ers are going to come into Dallas and knock out the Cowboys, and once again prove that everybody needs to stop hyping up the Cowboys. Everybody needs to stop picking the Cowboys as if they're going to win the Super Bowl when they can't win a freaking playoff game, where they can barely make the playoffs. Y'all need to stop. The sooner y'all stop, the hate towards the Cowboys will go down. It's that simple. Now, 49ers go on the road, beat the Cowboys. And then we got check this out. The Rams going against the Cardinals. Third time these division foes going at it. And these teams won on the other's home field. That's going to stop right here. I got the Rams knocking off the Cardinals. Cardinals been going downhill as a bit. So, I got the Rams knocking off the Cardinals. Divisional round, the 49ers, because they're the low seed remaining, will go on the road and take on the Green Bay Packers. And you know what? The Green Bay Packers will also not win a playoff game, even though they have home field. So, yes, I got the 49ers going on the road and beating the Packers. And believe it or not, I see the road team winning the divisional round in the NFC side anyway. As I also got the Rams beat the Buccaneers. Now, the Rams did beat the Bucs early in the year. I think that was at home for that one. But I think the Rams, realizing what's at stake, will go on the road and knock off Tampa Bay. That Tampa Bay drama and the injuries, assuming people are coming back or assuming people are still injured, whatever the case may be, will hit them right there in the divisional round. I got the Rams beating the Bucs and going to the NFC Conference Championship game where they will be hosting the 49ers. So this is the third time, talk about division foes with the Rams, they taking on another divisional rival. Now, unlike their rivalry with the Cardinals this year, the Rams are not beating the 49ers at all this year. And they have not beaten them 6 straight years, or 6 straight times, rather. That changed right here. The Rams will stay at home for the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is in their stadium. The Rams got a lot to prove here. The Rams barely knock off the 49ers and go to the Super Bowl to face the Tennessee Titans. And I actually got the Rams, even though I'm a little hesitant on this one. There's a little bit of hesitation on this one because the Titans are no joke, but the Rams at home for the Super Bowl. I got to go with the Rams winning the Super Bowl. And there's a little bit of favoritism because of Matthew Stafford, former Detroit Lion player. You know, I'm from Detroit. You know, I got to rep. So there you go with that. Now with that out the way, I'm going to update these playoff predictions as the weeks go by, assuming I got any of them wrong. So there you go with that. But now let's move on to my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. Now, there's going to be about 6 honorable mentions in this as well. But let's start off with number 10, the Mario movie. So the Super Mario movie is coming out, and we know, and it's coming out December 21st, 2022. And it don't have an official title yet. We do know that Chris Pratt will be playing Mario. Jack Black will be Bowser. Seth Rogen will be in the game. I think he's supposed to be Donkey Kong, if I says it correctly. Yes, he is. He's going to be Donkey Kong, a.k.a. Donkey Bitch Ass, as Dashy would play. Even Cranky Kong will be in the mix. So, interesting casting there. Also, Chris Pratt, who will be voicing Mario, will not have an Italian accent. So, that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. So, I want to see how this movie is going to look. That's why it's number 10 on my list. I mean, it's Mario. So, I want to see how this movie goes. I want to see how it looks. It's not live action, by the way. So let's get out the way. Remember that live action movie back in '93. So yeah, there you go with that. So this is, I believe, yeah. So this is gonna be like a 3D or anime film, something along those lines. And obviously, this is done by Nintendo, distributed by Universal Pictures, and Illumination is also a part of the production as well. So there's that. And this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because they're adding Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong to this. So I'm like, what are they going to do in this movie? That's what I'm wondering. I want to know what they're going to do in this movie. And obviously the usual Bowser kidnap Princess Peach Blank, as I call her, and all that jazz. And Mario and Luigi have to go and save her and things of that nature. So, you know, I'm interested to see how this movie would go. I wanted to see more of the trailer and things of that nature. So yeah, that's why number 10 on this list, because there's not much to go off of, but it's better. I'm more like anticipating this one than the 6 honorable mentions. Now then, let's move on to number 9, Creed 3. This one is really interesting. Either this was announced last year and I forgot about it, or this is my first time hearing about it like a couple of days ago. But I'm like, whoa, Creed 3? Okay, so that's interesting. Now, I did hear, I did saw Creed 2. I did not see Creed 1, though. And I saw every single Rocky movie going up to the Creed movies. So one of these days, wait, did I see Creed 1? No, I take that back. I did see Creed 1. I saw Creed 1 before I saw Creed 2. So that's not true. So I'm up to speed here. So Creed 3. So this is going to be interesting for 2 reasons. One, Michael B. Jordan, who is the star character, who is Adonis Creed, or, you know, the son of the original Creed, he would be directing. This would be his first time directing a movie. So that's going to be interesting. And also, Rocky Balboa would not be in this movie. So Sylvester Stallone would not be in the movie. Now, I knew like there's going to be more Creed movies in the future. And I knew that they wanted to put the focus on Creed and less off of Rocky Balboa. So I knew that was going to happen. So that's very interesting. Now, by the way, this movie is supposed to be released on November 23rd, 2022. There's not much info on this movie. And the thing is, I don't even know who's like the companies behind this. So I'm assuming the same companies who were behind the previous 2 Creed movies. So we are looking at the Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Warner Brothers. So that's who I'm looking at. And then, of course, New Lines, that's distributed by them. And then Metro Goldwyn obviously will be a part of that, along with New Line Cinema and Call Talk Rinker Productions in terms of the production companies involved in this as well. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. But this is going to be very interesting because obviously there's no Rocky Balboa. So now my question is, what is this movie going to be about? So that's going to be interesting. And I don't know. Like I don't know. I want to see more about this one. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one more so than the Mario movie, but it's number 9 on the list because the other movies I'm looking forward to those even more. Also, they talk about a spinoff, which could be called A La Creed, which is post Creed 2, and that one will involve Rocky Balboa, but not necessarily Creed himself. So that's interesting. All right, let's move on to number 8, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So the first Aquaman movie, so that was like what really that was like one of the 2 bright points of the DC movie cinematic universe, whatever, because the first Aquaman movie was great, actually. And actually, I'll take that back. The first Wonder Woman movie was great as well. The Wonder Woman 84 movie I heard was terrible. I didn't see it, but I heard it wasn't good. So hopefully this does not fall into that trap. So this joint is coming out December 16, 2022. The production companies involved are DC Films, obviously, the Safran Company, Atomic Monster Productions, and it would be distributed by Warner Brothers, obviously. So there's not much of a story that we know of in regards to this movie. So, but despite that, I'm still interested in this movie, mostly because the first movie was great. I really liked the first Aquaman movie, so I really can't wait to see what the second one is going to be about. Obviously, Black Manta would be in it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that I know in terms of like what this movie going to be about. I don't know who else is going to be in this movie, and I don't recall like clearly every single point of the first movie, because dude, how long has it been since that first movie came out? Oh, 2018, like 4 years ago, maybe. Yeah, 4 years ago. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. I want to know the story behind this one. I want to see a trailer for this one as well. So I can't wait for this one to come out because the first one was really good. So this one should be good as well. Now let's move on to number 7, Thor: Love and Thunder. Another superhero movie. You're going to see a lot of those in this list. So basically this takes place after Avengers Endgame. And basically Thor, I'm not sure there's not much of a premise for this movie actually. So Thor is basically teaming up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're going out and about. The only thing I do know about this, which is shocking to me, is that, what's her name? I think her name is Jane Foster. She will become Mighty Thor in this movie. So I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see that. And I didn't even know that was a thing until I looked it up. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a thing. And also, Valkyrie, her bisexuality will be addressed in this movie as well. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's see how that goes. So that's going to be interesting. So I don't know in terms of like what the movie is about. Obviously, the Guardians of the Galaxy will be included in this movie, but I don't know who the main villain is. And obviously, the Mighty Thor thing, I can see that happening because remember, there's 2 hammers now. The old one that Captain America was using in Endgame, but now we know Captain America retired. So now the question is, what happened to that hammer? And then of course Thor got his new bigger hammer. You remember that one scene when the fight when like him and Captain America are fighting side by side against all those monsters, or whatever, and they switch hammers, and he was like, no, give me that one. I want the bigger one. And he gave Captain America his old smaller hammer. I can see that being in Jane Foster's hands, thus he becomes Mighty Thor. I can see that happening. So that would be pretty cool to see. So this movie go come out July 8th this year, obviously. And the production company involved is Marvel Studios, obviously. And it's distributed by Walt Disney Studios and Motion Picture. But that Walt Disney part is obvious. So there's that. I really can't wait to see how this goes and what this about. And I can't really wait to see Mighty Thor makes an appearance. That's going to be sick if you ask me. I can't wait for that. And like there's other movies I can't wait for more so than this one. But this one like is ahead or above the other 3 that I mentioned already. And of course, all the honorable mentions. I can't wait for this one. So, and actually, remember something correctly, this might be the last movie that Dave Bautista appear in. Because remember, a while back, he did say he don't want to play, what's his character? Drax. He said he don't want to play Drax anymore. So I don't know if he changed his mind and will remain playing Drax from this point going forward. I don't know what to deal with that, but that's going to be interesting. So they might kill Drax off in this movie. I don't know. I'm just throwing that possibility out there. But let's move on now to number 6, The Batman. Another superhero movie, and this isn't about, and not just that, it's another Batman movie. So this Batman movie, and it's, oh my God. So it's in a different universe. I guess, I'm assuming it's in a different universe. I don't know. But here's the premise. During his second year of fighting crime, Batman pursues the Riddler, so that's the main villain, a serial killer who targets elite Gotham City citizens. He uncovers corruption that connects to his own family during the investigation and is forced to make new allies to catch the Riddler and bring the corrupt to justice. So I hear new allies and I look at the cast, and right off the bat, I already see Catwoman. Actually, I saw Catwoman in the trailer as well. We got James Gordon, obviously. Also, here's something interesting. Carmine Falcone will be in this movie, so that's interesting. And also, the Penguin will be in this movie as well. So it's going to be very interesting because this ain't Ben Affleck who's going to be playing Batman. This is somebody new named Robert Pattinson. So that's going to be interesting. Now, granted, this is a younger Batman, whereas Ben Affleck as Batman, not exactly a young Batman. So there's that. Keep that in mind. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this would go. Because remember, Ben Affleck, he basically said he no longer wants to be Batman. He don't want to do any more Batman movies. Again, unless he changed his mind. Who knows what will happen. So it's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see this one. I can't wait to see how this goes. Because, you know, Batman, without question, one of the greatest superheroes ever. Now, this joint was delayed because of COVID. It was supposed to come out in June of this past year, but they pushed it back to March the 4th. So, the production companies are DC Films, obviously, and Six and Idaho, and Dylan Clark Productions. Okay, those are new ones. And it will be distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, obviously. So, there you go with that. I can't wait for this to drop. I can't wait to see how this goes. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, the main focus here would be to defeat the Riddler and maybe the Penguin as well. So that's going to be interesting. I can't wait for this one to come out. Now, let's move on to number 5. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Wow. Okay. So they're actually doing this one. So, obviously, as we all know, Chad Boseman passed away due to cancer. And he was the Black Panther, T'Challa. So this one is going to be interesting because of two reasons. One, his younger sister, who is Shuri, and the actress who plays her, she's really cute, by the way. So she's going to be given a larger role here than she had in the first film, obviously. So it's possible that she might be the new Black Panther. I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with this. There's no premise here. But here's the more interesting thing, though. We got a Riri Williams, who is Ironheart. So basically, she takes over the mantle of Iron Man. So in this case, she's a genius inventor who creates a suit of armor that rivals the armor of Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, who died in Endgame. So I can't wait to see that character. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see her. Like, what role will she play in this movie? I really can't wait to see that. So outside of those two things, I have no clue who the main villain is. It don't say in the wiki. So, and again, there's no premise being mentioned in the wiki as well. But I can't wait for this to drop. This is going to come out November 11th, 2022. The production company is Marvel Studios, duh. And it'll be distributed by Walt Disney Studios, duh, in motion picture. Walt Disney clean up, man. Walt Disney going to rule the world. I've been saying that for years. So, I can't wait for this to drop. Like, I'm really looking forward to this one, to be honest. And I can't wait, man. All right, let's move on to number 4, Lightyear. So, wow, here's the thing before I get into this movie, actually. Well, I was not really all that big into Toy Story. I saw Toy Story 1. I saw bits and pieces of Toy Story 2. I barely saw Toy Story 3. Like, I saw a little bit of that one. But I didn't see the newest one. I think it's like Toy Story 4. I think that's the newest one. I don't know how many Toy Stories they got. But, like, Toy Story 4. My interest in Toy Story movies has been less and less and less as the years went on, and I'm being totally honest here. But what I have seen and what I have been a big fan of is Buzz Lightyear Star Commander cartoon. That joint is sick. That joint is hilarious, and I really enjoy that cartoon. Now, neither one of those contents, I guess we can call it that, the Toy Story movies nor Buzz Lightyear Star Command will be involved in this. This is something totally different, so I can give you the premise real quick. Lightyear revolves around the fictional origin story of Buzz Lightyear, the character who inspired the action figure in the Toy Story films. So basically, we got the origin story of Buzz Lightyear. That's basically what this is. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Chris Evans will be Buzz Lightyear, which is interesting because, you know, you used to, what's his face? Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story movies. And who was the voice of Buzz Lightyear in Buzz Lightyear Star Command? Actually, he had two voice actors. So if you recall, like, the first two episodes, if memory serves me correctly, he was voiced by Tim Allen. Right, so the first, I think the first two episodes, or it was like one big movie or whatever. I forgot how they did it. Tim Allen did Buzz Lightyear, but throughout the rest of the show, it was Tim Allen, and then it was somebody named Patrick Warburton, whoever that is. But either way, the voice acting was spot on for Buzz, even though it wasn't Tim Allen and it was Patrick instead. So that's very interesting right there. So here they're going with Chris Evans as the voice of Buzz Lightyear. So basically Captain America. So basically it's gonna, yeah, it should fit, it should match, it should go well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. Like, you know, we may see the evil emperor in this. I don't know if they're gonna bring up some characters from Buzz Lightyear a Star Command, like for example Warp Dark Matter and whoever else, I don't know. So it's gonna be very interesting to see who they put in this movie and how the story will go. So let's get on some additional information. So this joint will be released June 17th, and the production companies involved are Walt Disney Pictures, duh, Pixar Animation Studios, duh, and it will be distributed by Walt Disney Studios, duh, and Motion Pictures. So I can't wait for this. Like, I'm really looking forward to this one. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I did see the trailer for this, by the way. So, but again, I still can't wait for this to drop. All right, let's move on to our top three. We're going to start things off with number 3, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. All right, so we knew it was coming. If you saw Loki and if you saw the last Spider-Man movie, oh, guys, that Spider-Man movie, that was the best movie of 2021, by the way. If y'all, yeah, I said that in one of my previous videos, by the way. So, here we go. The premise. Following the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, again, the best movie of 2021, in the first season, well, I know there's another season of Loki, but so far there's only been one season of Loki at this point. In the first season of Loki, which also came out last year, Dr. Stephen Strange cast a forbidden spell that opens the door to the multiverse. We saw that in the Spider-Man movie, including an alternate version of Strange, whose threat to humanity is too great for the combined forces of Strange, Wong, and Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. So that's gonna be interesting. Now here's the thing. If y'all seen the What If series, right? We saw a glimpse of this. Because there was a good Doctor Strange and there was an evil Doctor Strange. We're going to see that here. And I can't wait for that. That's going to be sick as heck. I cannot wait for that at all. It's going to be really, really, really dope. And I'm looking at the casting. There's not much in terms of who all going to be in there aside from Doctor Strange, the Scarlet Witch, and Wong. And, of course, the evil Doctor Strange as well. So that's going to be interesting as well. Now, let's get on to some information here. This joint will be released May 6th, and it is done under the production company Marvel Studios, duh, and will be distributed by Motion Pictures and Walt Disney Studios, duh. Again, Walt Disney making that bank this year without question. So I can't wait for this. I really, really, really can't wait for this. I can't wait to see how this goes. I can't wait to see how this movie ends because it may do something to the multiverse. And more stuff is getting involved in the multiverse, by the way. So this is going to be crazy. And we're not done with the multiverse, by the way. We're not done with this. I can't wait, man. I really, really can't wait for this one. All right, let's move on to number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. No pun intended with the whole 2 number. So, here's the premise. After the events of Sonic the Hedgehog, which came out 2 years ago, Sonic stays in Green Hills. I believe that's the actual place, or if, yeah, it got to be the actual human world, not Mobius, while Tom and Maddie Wachowski go on vacation. When Dr. Eggman returns and searches for the Master Emerald with the help of, or tricking Knuckles, the Echidna, to help him, Sonic and his new friend Miles Tails Prower set out to find the Emerald before it falls into the wrong hand. I probably say the last name wrong. But yeah, basically, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Like those two games combined. That's basically what this movie is. And I'll be honest with you. Those two games combined are my all-time favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. I don't care. Now, originally, that was supposed to be one game, but here's the story behind that. Sega was running out of time to get the game out, so what they did was they released half of the story and called it Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and then they finished the other half and released that as Sonic and Knuckles. And there's a if you got, I still got both those games, by the way. So there's a cartridge scenario with Sonic and Knuckles where you can flip it up and put another Sega Genesis game on top of it, and you can combine two stories into one. So Sonic and so basically it would be called Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. You can also do that with Sonic 2, and it would be called Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Knuckles. So in basically in that case, you're playing the entire Sonic the Hedgehog 2 story, but as Knuckles. And I can never beat the final boss as Knuckles. It's always been hard as heck, man. It's been crazy. But I'm off topic. But this movie right here, obviously, when the story is based off of my all-time favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game, I'm going to watch it. When you see how, well, first of all, they improved the looks of Sonic, going back to the first movie, and you saw how Tails looked, where Tails was in the secret ending credit of the last movie, and we saw how Knuckles look. Oh, man, I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this at all. I cannot wait. Because Sonic is my all-time favorite video game mascot, so you know I have to go out and support this one. I cannot wait for this. So this joint is coming out April 8th of this year, obviously, and the production companies involved are not Walt Disney, not Warner Brothers, not Marvel, or anybody like that, or Pixar. It's Sega Sammy Group, Original Film, Mars Animation Planet, and Blood Studios, and it'll be distributed by Paramount Pictures. Okay, so some new blood into this piece. So there you go with that. Oh, man, I can't wait for this. I really, really, really cannot wait for this. So, before we get on to my number one most anticipated movie of the year, here are some honorable mentions. Jurassic World Dominion. So, this joint is coming out. When is it coming out? June 10th, 2022. And I'm missing one Jurassic movie. Actually, it's a Jurassic World movie. And that's it. It's called Jurassic World. I've seen the other ones. Obviously, I've seen the first three back in the day. And the only reason why I saw the last one, which was called Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, was because I was going to or coming from Japan, whichever one. And that's an 11-hour flight. And they just so happen to have the movie on them. So I'm like, yeah, let's watch this movie. Even though I didn't see the first Jurassic World movie. Let's watch this one. And I did. So I need to watch the first Jurassic World movie before I watch this one. This one's coming out June 10th. It'll be done under Amblin Entertainment, the production company, and it'll be distributed by Universal. So basically, let me give you the premise real quick. The film is set 4 years after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, in which genetically engineered dinosaurs were auctioned to companies around the world, while others were released on the U.S. mainland. The story takes place around the world and depicts humans dealing with invasive dinosaur species. So Chris Pratt is coming back in this movie, by the way. All right, next. Turning Red. This one is going to be cute. I'm like, do I want to see this? But it's coming on Disney Plus. Hopefully the free version. I don't have to pay extra for this. But this joint coming out March 11 this year. It's by Walt Disney Pictures and Pixar Animation Studios, tons of the production companies. It will be distributed by Walt Disney Studios and Motion Pictures. So, the premise here is set in Toronto between 2002, which was a very good year for me personally, and 2003. The film centers around Melin Mei Lee, a confident 13-year-old Chinese Canadian who is torn between staying her mother's dutiful daughter and the chaos of adolescence. And as if changes to her interests, relationships, and body were not enough, whenever she gets too excited or stressed, she poops, quote unquote, into a giant red panda. So, I saw the trailer for this. I'm like, you know what? This looks interesting. This might be good. I think I will watch it once it is released on Disney Plus. Again, you may have to pay extra to do that, but once that, as my phone went off, once that feature is going away and it's constantly on Disney Plus, yeah, I will be watching that. Let's move on to another honorable mention. The Uncharted movie. So, yeah, we all know about the Uncharted movie and really the Uncharted video game franchise. So this joint is coming out February 11th in the United Kingdom, but a week later in the United States. And obviously this is under Columbia Pictures, Atlas Entertainment, Arad Productions, and PlayStation Productions. That's the production companies. And it will be distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. So Sony will be involved, obviously. So the premise, Nathan Drake and his partner Victor Sully Sullivan go in dangerous pursuit of quote unquote the greatest treasure never found, while also tracking clues that may lead to Drake's long lost brother. Now, if you play the game, you should know what this is about. Or even if you looked up the story, you know, you saw the cutscenes or whatever, you know what this is about for the most part. Now, I would be honest. I think most of us can share the same sentiment here. Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man in the, you know, Spider-Man No Way Home in the last 3 Spider-Man movies, whatever the case may be, I don't think he should be Nathan Drake. Mark Wahlberg, who is Victor Sullivan, should be Nathan Drake. He looks more like Nathan Drake. He looks way more like Nathan Drake than Tom Holland. Now, I'm not saying Tom Holland will suck at Nathan Drake, but if I had to choose who to pick between Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, I'm picking Mark Wahlberg just because of the looks alone. So, but yeah, I'm still going to try to watch this movie. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Next up is Morbius. So this joint has been pushed back, obviously because of COVID. It's finally coming out April 1st, 2022. And the production companies involved are Columbia Pictures, Marvel Entertainment, Arad Productions, Tomat Productions, and it'll be distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. So Sony is involved here as well. So basically, it's another movie about what I deem to be a Spider-Man character. So similar to the Venom movies and things of that nature. So the premise here is, suffering from a rare blood disease, Dr. Michael Morbius tries a dangerous cure that afflicts him with a form of vampirism. So, and I said that correctly, nice. And the thing about this is, the Vulture will be in this movie. So I'm like, yo, what? So let me find that exact character. So the Vulture will be in this movie, and yeah, here it is. Michael Keaton reprised his role as Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, from Spider-Man Homecoming. So I'm like, yo, this dude gonna break out of jail and he gonna go after Morbius now? That looks sick. I can't wait to see that one. Next up, Black Adam. So this joint coming out July 29th, and it's under New Line Cinema, DC Films, 7 Bucks Productions, and Flynn Pictures Company. Those are the production companies. And it'll be distributed by Warner Brother Pictures, So, the premise here, there's no premise here, but Dwayne Johnson is going to be Black Adam. But here's where things get very interesting. And while there's not much of a story here, because he's an anti-hero, so I don't know what he's going to be doing here. But there's no Shazam, by the way, in this movie. But here's the interesting thing about this movie. The Justice Society of America will be in this movie. So we're talking Atom Smasher, Hawkman, and Cyclone. And here's the big part for me. Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is going to be in this movie. So I'm like, yo, Dr. Fate needs to be close to OP. So like Black Adam should have no bit, unless I could be wrong. You know, y'all come at me. But Dr. Fate should have no business losing to Black Adam. That's my thinking process here. I can't wait to see this movie because I want to know who's going to be the villain, who's going to be the heroes, and things like that. Oh, Intergang would be in this as well, the criminal group. So there you go right there. I forgot to mention that. So I can't wait for this to drop. That's going to be very interesting. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but it comes out July 29th. And then the last movie on my honorable mention list, and I didn't even know about this till a couple of days ago, The Flash. So The Flash will have his own movie. This joint, and I didn't even know it was even on the works. I had no clue. So this joint is coming out November 4th of this year, obviously. It's the production companies involved are DC Films, Double Dream, and the Disco Factory. Cool names there. And then it'll be distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, So here's the premise of this one. Barry Allen. So this is based off of The Flash off of Justice League. Barry Allen travels back in time to prevent his mother's murder, which brings unintended consequences to his timeline. So there was an animated movie based off of that story. So we saw the Reverse Flash play a role, Batman shooting him. Look, there's 2 different Batmans in this movie. Michael Keaton's Batman. So that was like the very first Batman. So going off the movie. So from the 1989 Batman and 1992 Batman Returns, that's Michael Keaton. And apparently they're going to ignore the events of Batman Forever and Batman Robin, as Michael Keaton did not do those movies. One of them involved George Clooney. I forgot who. That was Batman Robin. Who was the Batman in Batman Forever? The Batman in Batman Forever was Val Kilmer. Yeah, it was Val Kilmer. So very interesting stuff. And also, here's something interesting. Ben Affleck. Remember, I said he don't want to play as Batman anymore. He's going to be Batman in here as well. So it's going to be very interesting. Also, Supergirl will be in this mix, as is General Zod, who you recall he got killed in the Man of Steel movie back in 2003. His second in command will be in this movie as well. It's going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see how this goes. I can't wait to see if we're going to see the Reverse Flash. This is going to be very, very sick. I cannot wait to see this. All right. So with all that out the way, it's now time for the #1 most anticipated movie of the year. Y'all should know what it is. Let's get it out the way and let's say it together. #1, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. Again, no relation, no pun intended with the one thing. So yes, the sequel to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yes, that was released back in 2018. I can't wait for this one. This one is really, really sick. I really like that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, which is why I cannot say the last Spider-Man movie that recently just came out, Far From Home. I can't say that's the best Marvel movie ever because Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know. I had to really think about that. Both of those movies were really sick. But anywho, this joint come out October 7th, and it will be done under Columbia Pictures, Sony Picture Animations, Marvel Entertainment, Arad Productions, Laura Miller Productions, and Pascal Pictures, and will be released under Sony Pictures Releasings. So, the premise goes as follows. Miles Morales, this version of Spider-Man, goes on an adventure across the multiverse. Here we go again with the multiverse. With Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman, and a new team of spider people who must face a powerful villain. Now, we don't know who this powerful villain is, but we do know of some of the Spider-Man or spider people that will be in this movie. Spider-Man 2099 will be in this joint. So that's the one with the blue, with the webbing cape, and there's like mostly blue with some red in it. Obviously, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. We got Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman. Peter B. Parker. So I think he was the one that was in the previous one. He's going to be coming back. And Spider-Woman will be in this one. Jessica Drew. And apparently there's going to be a Japanese Spider-Man that's going to be in this joint as well. Oh, that's going to be sick. I can't wait to see that. So, and yes, there is a part 2 coming out. That's going to be out in 2023. And also there's another spinoff called Spider-Women. And I can't wait to see that one. Now, I'm not sure when that's going to drop. There's no release date for that one, but Gwen Stacy would be in this one. Silk? I don't know who Silk is, but Silk would be in this one. Spider-Woman would be in this one as well. So, and this version of this movie will be like the launching pad for the spinoff. So that's going to be pretty interesting, if you ask me. I can't wait for this movie to drop. And I think I said already, but in case I didn't, I'm going to say it again. It drops October 7th. So I really can't wait to see this one because the previous one was really dope. I can't wait to see this one. So yes, that is the most anticipated movie of the year 2022. Now again, COVID's still a thing, so some of these movies might be pushed back, but I'm giving y'all guys my list in terms of how things are right now, what the release dates are currently set as they are right now. And of course, I got the Rams beating the Titans in the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. And with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Oh!